The government's first duty in any country is to protect its people. But in South Africa, the government's first duty is to protect criminals. Of course, in the society of criminals, the innocent man goes to jail. Coming up. Well, as some of you might have noticed, yesterday, Madlanga Commission of Inquiry were holding a media briefing updates where they were informing the media and the society as a whole as to what we should expect and what will be happening going forward. As we all know that they will be resuming the investigation very soon. It was during this media briefing updates when the Madlanga Commission dropped some bombs, shocking all of us, telling us that their findings and recommendations on this investigation that will be resuming will not be legally binding. In other words, whatever they come up with, it's not going to be legally binding. It's more like guidelines. And the person with a final authority in all this will be the President, Cyril Ramaphosa. Guys. That means all this dust, all this waste of money and all this so-called Madlanga Commission, it doesn't hold any power without Cyril. It's just an empty shell. It's just like a shell, just guidelines. Then, of course, all these recommendations will be referred to Cyril, and Cyril will decide what to do with those recommendations. And it's not going to lead to any prosecution and arrest because it's not legally binding after all. Listen to this.
The last question was, are our findings binding? And there the law is clear, our findings are not binding. All that we can do is make a recommendation to the President. Our recommendation doesn't bind the President, it doesn't bind the people in respect of whom we make those recommendations or make those findings. So essentially the function of this body is to conduct a public hearing for the purposes of making recommendations to the President. We don't make findings that are binding. The President, we hope, will act on recommendations that are made, but our recommendations are not binding on the President or indeed on anybody else.
Yep. That means the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry into the alleged criminal infiltration of our court system will not be legally enforceable. Guys. Well, obviously, guys, this Madlanga Commission of Inquiries was formed by Cyril in the first place with strict instructions and marching orders as to how they should go about this investigation. So that means this thing was messed up right from the word go. And if you watch my videos, I did complain about this from the beginning to a point where I even thought that maybe the ad hoc committee will rescue us in this, to try to do their own investigation, parallel investigation, and make sure that they compare notes or findings after that, and just making sure that the law at the end of the day is being followed. But here is Malema now. Here is Malema now, is beating hot and cold, flip-flopping. Now, we don't even trust the very same ad hoc committee now that we thought it will at least rescue us from this Madlanga Commission formed by Cyril. So it was clear from the beginning that this Commission of Inquiries, just like Zondo Commission, it will just fall by the wayside with no prosecutions and arrest. It's just a smoke screens to pretend to us that they are doing something, yet nothing is being done. And of course, lots and lots of money and time wasted. And the Madlanga Commission of Inquiries guys were also asked about the protection of their witnesses. Needless to say, I was not impressed at all, guys. Thank God for people like Mkhwanazi, that at least Mkhwanazi has got his own protection. Thank God for that. But the other witnesses, I'm telling you guys, I think they are on their own here. These guys are not convincing. These Madlanga guys are not convincing at all.
On the question of witness protection, the terms of reference are quite unique in that it requires the Commission to provide witness protection. And so to that extent, we have taken lessons from the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, the Zondo Commission as it is commonly known. So we've taken those lessons, but given the unique nature of this commission, which has within its sights, within the terms of reference, some of the very state entities which are charged with responsibility for witness protection. So we are innovating, and we are not going to discuss those details in public precisely because it deals with witness protection, and their safety is sacrosanct. So unfortunately, we are not able to get into that detail, but we hope that that gives you, members of the media, and the public a sense of our approach to dealing with this very sensitive matter, security-related matter. General Mkhwanazi, on that question of whether he is receiving witness protection, he does have protection, and I'm just going to leave it there.
To the comprehensive response about the question on witness protection, Jeremy has just covered a critical element, which is an element of witness protection, that when we deem the witness's testimony to be of such a private and confidential nature, affecting state security and other implications, for example, affecting other witnesses, then that will be held in camera, and he's covered that quite adequately. So important to flag that that's one means of witness protection. The other means of witness protection that was mentioned earlier on today was the announcement of an anonymous and a confidential hotline reporting facility. So if a reporter or witness wishes to raise matters with the Commission, they can do so anonymously or confidentially. And you all appreciate then that if it's anonymous and confidential, that in its inherent nature, it will protect the witness. The next level of protection of the witness is very important to note, is the physical protection of the witness should they appear before the Commission, and we have adequate security at premises to protect those witnesses. We didn't answer a question earlier on about whether we have a service provider to afford a more intimate level of protection, which we can't discuss, but we are in the process of finalizing the procurement of a particular service provider in that regard who is highly experienced in witness protection. We hope that that comprehensively covers the full gamut of witness protection issues, and I repeat, confidential and anonymous reporting. 2, when the matter requires in camera, we afford that to the witnesses on the discretion of the evidence leaders and within the remit of the law. 3, when physical protection, as is known in more popular terms, is required for the witness coming to the Commission, we are procuring a service provider. We are dealing with a highly qualified service provider, adequately qualified to protect witnesses. We hope that's a comprehensive answer.
Yep. But guys, personally, I truly trusted the ad hoc committee because if you have watched my videos, I already suspected this Madlanga Commission of Inquiry since it was formed by Cyril in the first place. So I trusted this ad hoc committee, hoping that it will bring a balance in all this, just in case Madlanga Commission of Inquiries are trying to play dirt, that at least the ad hoc committee will bring a credible investigation or incredible results, But now that we've got people like Bomalema flip-flopping, I don't know anymore, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. The only thing I can say as my parting shot, guys, is that let's continue and pray for Mkhwanazi, guys. Let's pray for Mkhwanazi. Please, South Africa, let's pray for Mkhwanazi. What do you think? Let me hear your comment below. And of course, if you are coming for the first time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.